Hello everyone, my name is Nick and I just wanted to send my first video in terms of the training and to keep you guys updated on how progress is going as I prepare for my 3 marathons early next year. Can I start off by firstly saying a massive thank you very much for anyone and everyone who's been able to support me so far, whether it be sponsoring me specifically, or if they've been able to just send some well wishes or even good thoughts really to myself, but probably more so to Anne and my family. It goes without saying that every word or comment of support from whoever it may be that knows us or even doesn't, really does mean a big lot to everyone in my family. And like I say, it really does help Anne, my parents and my siblings to power through and try and take each day as it comes as we progress forward. We appreciate Anne knows she's not in this on its own. We know we're not in this on its own, and again we feel that everyone, if you send your words of support, it really does mean a lot, and you're in this with us and we understand and appreciate that, and I just want to say thank you. My aim, really a bit sweaty at the moment, I'm currently into 4 miles of a 10-mile run, but my aim really is to send you some videos and share my updates with you on a monthly basis, if not a bi-monthly basis, depending on how camera shy I might be. Just to keep you posted on both progress with my sister, she's happy for me to share that information, and also progress on the training runs themselves as we move forward. I'd also be interested to see if anyone's got any words of advice or support. I've run on how I can better prepare or train. I've run a few marathons before, but I'm always open to hear people's voices or experiences, whether it be how they've overcome certain challenges, or it could be anything from a big level to anyone's got any recommended playlists that I'm going to need. And I've spent a lot of time on these training runs, so I'll be very happy to have some recommendations on what songs we'll listen to as I start beating the pavement, trying to get the miles under my belt. I think with these videos I'm going to try and take the opportunity to both raise awareness about pancreatic cancer itself specifically, because I think that's really important, and to also raise awareness about the Maggie's Charity Institute, because clearly that's the organisation I've decided to raise money for. They continue to help my family and my sister on this journey, and it's something that's quite close to my heart. So yeah, I think it's a very worthwhile and worthy cause. For this week, I suppose from a cancer perspective, I'll just give you, it's New Year's Eve, no one wants to have too much negative information, but I think the only bit of information I'll provide with you about pancreatic cancer is that they say it's quite a it's quite rare to diagnose in its early stages, I think is the bottom line. It's like they say it's one of the hidden cancers out there. And obviously the earlier you can catch it, the more treatable and easier it will be for any individual or patient. So that's why clearly it's very important for people to identify and recognize the symptoms from an early stage. And so I think my takeaway for this week would be, if anyone happens to experience some of the common symptoms of back pain, nausea or severe weight loss, then please I encourage you to feel free to go and get those checked out properly by a doctor. Hopefully it'll be something of nothing, and the weight loss will just be your New Year's resolution after a big Christmas period taken into effect. But I think the key takeaway from a cancer perspective, pancreatic, is that it's the earlier you catch it, the better, and because it's so hard to recognise in its early stages, then please don't take anything for granted if you have those symptoms, and feel free to Google any further ones yourself. From a Maggie's perspective, I've decided to run for them as they offer quite a significant holistic treatment package and care for people who are suffering with cancer, and they've been very supportive and forthcoming and useful for Anne as since she was diagnosed. As a cancer specialist nurse herself, she was very aware of the Maggie's Trust, and she obviously would have had a number of patients that utilised their resources. And after being diagnosed in November 19, so obviously over a year ago now, Maggie's have been really good and really useful in the holistic care that they've been able to provide them. And what I mean by holistic care, I suppose they say cancer sufferers, 3 out of 5 cancer sufferers, have identified the mental and emotional stress as more significant or harder to deal with than the physical side of the house, which is quite interesting when you consider the extremes of chemotherapy on the body. So when the physical and mental aspects, or what they say, most people cancer sufferers say are the hardest things to deal with, and having, whilst we live through it as a family, I can recognise that and I can understand that, and that's why I feel partly Maggie's are so important, because they do offer emotional, mental specialists that will help both the person with it, so Anne in this case, but also my family, and help you try and deal and understand and conceptualize the effects on your emotion and what cancer does. And as I'm sure some of you, or many of you, unfortunately will know, it takes a toll in a number of different ways on a number of different people, and everyone seems to try and cope with it in their own way. But I feel Maggie's are a benchmark organisation that provide that holistic care for people, and of all generations and whatnot. You can go in there and you can basically sit down and speak to the specialist without making an appointment, and they'll help you understand certain things. So my key takeaways: 2 things for this week. One of them, cancer, pancreatic cancer. I try and identify it in its early stages, look at the symptoms, and go to your doctors if you can do. The second part is Maggie's are a fantastic organisation that do offer holistic care. So I'm currently in 4 miles, pretty cold now, as I've just done 4 miles in a 10-mile run, so I'll try and cut this video short. But I want to say that I hope everyone has had a fantastic Christmas, and that you have an amazing New Year's Eve, as you progress into 2022. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart, that I hope you are able to spend it with your loved ones, those that mean the most to you, and that 2022 brings you all good news, positivity, no COVID, and that there's good things that are around the corner. But I'll be sure to upload some videos again in the future. But again, thank you for the support you've already been able to provide, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you as we continue. All the best.